Do you ever hear people say, we used to make things in this country? Well, we still do, but just not in the way that people imagine. While factories sit empty, assembly lines stand still, there's a growing class of creatives who are making things by hand in-house. I've lived in Montreal, Canada's second biggest city, for 4 years now. And I've met so many people who make things, beautiful things, by hand in almost any craft you can imagine. A few years back, I was walking down St. Laurent Boulevard and came across this beautiful pendant lamp that was hanging in the window of one of my favorite shops, Les Étoffes. I walked in, asked who made it, looked her up, and was blown away. I didn't even know that stained glass could look like that. Fast forward to today, where I want to find out how she makes these pieces, who she makes them for, and what it's like to do this ancient art form for a living. So today, let's go in-house with La Maison Vitrailliste. Vitrailliste? Vitrailliste. Vitrailliste. Today we're going in-house with La Maison Vitrailliste. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Nolan. Leia's little corner of this shared workshop space is smaller than most people's bedrooms, but that hasn't stopped her from expanding her craft to include everything from custom windows, lamps, to little pieces of art.
This? No, it's like this is a series that I did like a few months ago. It's called Tiny Houses.
How cute.
And so I did models that I had, like I think 6 different houses. Mm-hmm. But then some people wrote to me and asked me to make their house, like where they like grew up in, or like that they just bought, or more as a like souvenir.
Yeah.
And so I did a series of them around like Christmas time, and like I still do, like when people reach out, I just make them the tiny houses.
Oh, that's so nice.
I try to keep the first of every models that I make as a reference, so like just for the atelier, just so I can show like final like finished product, because everything's custom, so I don't keep anything in the atelier. But it's nice to have some things laying around so people can like actually touch it and see it.
And do you find that's really important, that presenting new ways to use stained glass?
People they think about church, they think about like window pieces, because there's a lot of like facade that have stained glass pieces that in a lot of neighborhoods in Montreal. But I think to present it in a more of a modern, like with a modern twist, helps people to imagine it in their own space too.
All right, so what are we doing today?
I think I'm gonna introduce like this piece that I'm working on for the Pichai. Pichai is a really good restaurant in Montreal that's on the plaza. Yeah. It's Thai food, and it's amazing space, amazing service. They have a nice terrace in the summer that's just on the plaza with the sunset. It's just, it's
the glassware is really nice, I hear.
Yeah, apparently.
Nice decoration.
Apparently.
Pichai has already worked with Leia in the past to do their sign, and now they're coming back for a piece on the inside.
And they asked me to do like a stained glass piece on top of the wine cellar. So that's what this is.
Okay, awesome. So this is the pattern, yeah?
Yeah, that's the pattern. For this project, we work with this blue.
It's almost like wood grain.
Yeah. And it has like white coming through, so like you can see in the light.
Oh yeah, and some of the bubbles.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This is what I use to cut the glass.
Okay.
And it has like a diamond. The only thing that cuts glass is diamond.
Yeah.
Have you ever cut glass?
When I was at like summer camp, I did a little stained glass workshop or something like that, introduction. And I don't remember much of it other than like what I made was not that pretty, but
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve. So I'm gonna do the first one, but it's like it might not go as I want. It's like, because the glass is very, I don't know how you say this in English, but it's very capricieux.
Okay.
So like it does what it wants to do, and it like naturally, like the physicality of it, it's just like it goes into a straight line. But if you want it to do like a curve or like something else than what it wants to do, then sometimes it's just like it'll score differently. And it happens to me all the time. It's been 3.5 years. I do cuts like every week, and sometimes it's just like the glass is just not cooperating.
Well, that makes me feel a little better about my eventual performance.
It'll be fine. Okay. And then do kind of 45 angle. Okay. And never stops. But don't
stop.
No, it looks more difficult than it actually is, so don't worry.
I hope so.
That's the sound that you want.
Okay.
Okay? And then when you break it, you don't go like this. You like pull it apart so that it does like this.
Oh, very cool.
That's the magic. And then you do the, yeah, and you just, that was a nice sound.
Good sound.
Yes.
Okay, and then we pull apart.
Yeah. I can try if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But I think they did great. It's just,
Okay,
really,
it's just more force.
yeah.
Yeah. So do you usually like kind of start a little before and then like roll onto it, or do you start
No, you
right
start
at the corner?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, that was bad noise.
No, it's
That was
fine, I
good?
think, yeah.
Okay. Look at
Voila. Okay, so now we're gonna,
graduate to curved lines.
yeah. The way we do curve lines like this, we don't, you can scar the whole thing and then try to break it, but usually you do it in like 2 gestures.
Ooh.
And so you get that like line there. But if I were to like cut all of this, there's some chances that it'll just like not be as close to the line as you want it to be.
Right.
It's a good sound. You can just go straight. That's good.
All right, we'll try this.
And then this. Yeah, and
It's
then
like
you
a
just
little
pull.
bit before. You just
Yeah.
pull.
That's it.
Look at that. And it's
Perfect.
sure. Look at that.
So this is no lens.
I think they know.
But that's just normal because
Yeah.
it's like in between the 2 cuts.
Okay. I'm pretty happy with it.
You should be.
I'm pretty proud.
Good cut. Yeah.
Now the assembly process is where you find out how well you did your cutting. If a piece is too big, you can sand down the edges, but if a piece is too small, you might have to go back to the cutting table because otherwise it's gonna let too much light through. Okay, so now we're stretching.
We're stretching the lead cane. So we stretch every cane before starting to cut them and assembling everything. It does go up to like an extra foot.
Lead cane is what's used to join the whole piece together, and it has to be stretched because it actually has a little bit of slack in it, kind of like a rope. It's got this
Put the cane
teeth
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little over, it needs to go over there.
Okay.
And then you clamp it.
Alright.
And then you pull.
Alright.
You see it's pulling? Yeah. Ooh, that's good, that was good.
I took a bit of the lead off.
But see?
Yeah.
And you can see it, like, it's like way smoother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But you have to do it with like everything. So
Yeah.
it's like a full
Good
effort
workout.
there. It's a good workout.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nothing moves until you solder everything. But at first, like you assemble the whole piece with no soldering
Yeah.
to make sure everything fits, and then at the end you have your right measurements.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you have to go back and like undo some parts of it.
I think I pulled my hair out. That's
Yeah, that's the part where you're like, okay, like let's just like
Yeah.
move along. So you'll just do like this.
Do you have a favorite and a least favorite part of the process? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think my favorite part is when I do the last cleaning and like I put it up and I see the light going through and I'm just like, okay, yes, this is why like
Yeah.
stained glass is so magical. So you work on top of like a white sheet, the colors aren't exactly the same, like everything's a bit like not what it will be, so the end like...
It's not like you can
flipping
really
the piece.
check right while you're doing it, which I feel like is good because for me a lot of times like I'm like happy enough with the project way before it's done that I
Yeah.
just like stop touching it, you know? It's like if I'm like learning a song on guitar or something, I'll learn like the intro. I'm like, that sounds like the song. Okay, good, I'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But this, you gotta like stick with it to really get the,
Yeah,
the
which
satisfaction.
also ties into the whole like artisanal side of the
For sure.
stained glass. It's just like you have to get through the steps and work the hours to
There's no way
get your
around it.
final object that has so much like worth and meaning.
Like a lot of artisans, the bulk of Leia's craft is pretty solitary, but that doesn't mean that she isn't relying on the community around her. I think a lot of us think of stained glass as a more old-fashioned craft, churches, old homes and stuff like that. Is that your experience that like this is kind of steeped in tradition and maybe becoming a lost craft, or is there sort of a revitalization happening, or a bit of both?
Luckily for me, I think there's a revival of the arts and crafts in general, like stained glass for sure, but also like any kind of like woodworking and like ceramics, and there's like a big revival of making custom pieces.
The arts and crafts movement was a reaction to the Industrial Revolution, and while it resulted in a distinct style, its focus was on uplifting artisanal production.
I think it is aging as a business because there wasn't a lot of people doing it for a long time. But I feel like there's a revival, and there's like studios opening that are more recent everywhere, like in Australia and New York and like in Europe.
Do you find like a lot of those old traditions or techniques are being like looked after and passed on?
The only way to teach stained glass is to actually like teach it, like go to a class, and not like trying to learn stained glass online is just not the same. I think that the community is very generous about like sharing knowledge. They do want to share, I think, the knowledge for it to like, I don't know if they know, but I think it's like a survival tactic.
What do you think about your typical Montreal restaurant owner coming to someone like you to make something like this?
Every chefs or like restaurant owners, the space that they open is so like custom to like their heart and their tastes, and they're also artists, like chefs are artists. So I think they do tend to want to be surrounded by beauty and like custom pieces, and it adds to the full like experience of the service too, because when you go to a restaurant, you just want to be served like people are just bringing you stuff, and everything is so wonderful.
It's escapism. It's like a little, you get to spend 2 hours feeling special.
Exactly. I think it's a nice pairing too. It's like it feels very warm and like communal. It's like a community that's forming around that.
I know there's a piece nearby. I was wondering if we may be able to go see and talk with one of your clients as well, and talk a bit about the process.
Let's go. Yeah.
Limbo doesn't just make some of Montreal's best fine dining bistro fare, but they serve it in a space that is practically a shrine to Montreal's artisan community. So we're here at Limbo. We've got chef.
Yeah, Harrison Shuchuk, chef owner of Restaurant Limbo.
As we were talking about, like, there's sort of this symbiosis between craftspeople in Montreal and like the restaurant scene. What did it look like for this to come to life?
Opening a restaurant, you're starting with like this blank space, and of course you want to fill it with nice things made by friends, especially. Like, community is really important to us. You know, functionality as well. We wanted this partition, and we needed to make it look beautiful, and we thought, why not get some stained glass from our friend Leia? Yeah, and it like references a lot of like Montreal old apartments, like where I grew up, in NEG and everywhere, and it was like something to tie into where we are.
Do you think it's important to kind of carry that tradition of working with local artisans rather than just like buying whatever's cheapest or most readily available?
I like to see personality. I think the clients want to see like your personality in the food and the service, and they want to see the server's personality. They want to know the chef's and the cook's personality, and it comes through in the pieces that are in the space as well. It's fun. It like creates conversation as well. Being like born and raised in Montreal, wanting to like meeting people along the way, and then at a certain point, like everyone's kind of like doing their craft at a certain level, whether it's small or big, and then you get to work with each other, and I think that's really cool. And I'm really happy to have made it to a point where like I can work with my friends and the community and local artists that we find. It does mean a lot, and it adds a lot to the space. It's great. I love it.
Some say it's the brooding winters that force you to make something because there's nothing better to do. Others say it's the lingering European artsy influence. But to me, it's this. In a time where it's easier than ever to Amazon this and Temu that, there's a strong network of Montrealers that would rather buy something that their neighbor made. And that neighbor would rather go and spend their money at their neighbor's restaurant and be sat on a chair that their neighbor made. There's an ecosystem that allows artisans to do this for a living. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll be going in-house with the multifaceted MacGyver-esque Le Cacti and his bespoke eyewear operation. I'm Nolan Daniel White, and thanks for watching.